Hello there, and welcome to this episode of A Tiny Dot in Space, where I play the regions, districts, counties, provinces, departments, governorates, states, whatever they're called, the first level of subdivisions of the nations of planet Earth. And I do this exploration on GeoGuessr. And the objective is to, well, A, to try and have fun, B, explore and see places I've never been, and C, try to play the area in question to 25,000 points. Excuse me. If I fail to do so, the area might come up again later in the series, and, well, maybe or maybe not. If I play 25,000 points, well, then I consider that region over and done with, completed and everything. And it will not feature again in the series. So today, as you can see, as I'm zooming out here, which I should have done before I started the intro, but hey, we are in Europe, and we are going back to one of the regions that I failed to do 25,000 points in my previous series. We're going into Belgrade, or Belgrade city in Serbia. Now, this is one region I remember with not a small amount of dread, because this actually turned out to be the longest game I had in that series, and I think it clocked in at about 1 hour and 20. Of course, now that we are way out into this series, and we have I've played episodes lasting well over 2 hours. This one doesn't seem so dreadful anymore, but I know what's waiting for me here, and I know this is going to be tricky, because what was the nemesis of this particular region was almost the utter lack of information. And especially down here in the rural parts of the district was absolutely well, I won't say horrifying, because it wasn't, but it was very challenging. And also when we got up into the city, it was very challenging trying to figure out where you are, because we got 3,234 square kilometers, which isn't huge, but it's big enough to make trouble. And then there's 1.7 million people-ish living in this area, of which 1.2 million live in the city of Belgrade itself, which sits here on the Danube. So, I know what I'm going and getting into, and I'm doing this as the clock is showing midnight. So, but then again, it is the 1st of July right now, and I've just started my summer holidays a week and a half ago, so I can do this with clear conscience. So, and I don't mind staying up late in the night. So, let's see. We're going to do that, and then we're going to stow the link in a proper space, like so. Let's see if we can 25k Belgrade. Right, this looks very much like what I think was the round I spent the longest time on in that particular game, 2021. So southeast, and so the city is, well, we could actually be in one of the suburbs, or what else to call them. Okay, so this actually looks like it might be doable. The trouble is the complete absence of street names in many cases. So is that mountains over there? Nah, that can't be. There shouldn't be any. Well, there are hills here, but mountains would be pushing the envelope a bit. So we got something resembling a town over here. There was signs in this direction that I kind of wanted to have a look at. That's kind of odd. Why is it on that side? Oh well, maybe because there's no space for it on this side. Auto service plus. Okay, that might be helpful. Also, oh, that's the city. Okay, so I got that one wrong. But that's the question: which part of the city? Hmm. But there might be. Yeah, they're not as. Oh, oh well, they're not as adept in Serbia at putting street names and stuff up on storefronts as they are in a number of other Slavic speaking countries. That is usually what makes this take a long time. So we go northeast, and it's kind of has the feel of a through road, even though it isn't like very wide or anything. But see, I just need to reposition myself a little. That's better. Let's see now. But yeah, maybe I should have checked out the Gradovinski Center, Gradjevinski, Srechan Put, Gradjevinski, Partizan. Well, Partizan is the name of one of the major football clubs in Belgrade. The other would be, at least I believe it is, the most famous one would be Red Star. But I'm sure if I say that, I will have people telling me, oh, we're equally famous. Okay, so, Gradjevinski Center. Center. What does it say here? Would be nice if I could find. Interesting that a lot of the lettering is in Latin, though, and not Cyrillic, which is pretty much the main alphabet used. Well, they use both interchangeably, but let's see. Now where do we go? Drink store. Tricky. Okay, let's put a checkpoint here. Go back to start. And we're gonna head. Let's see. Am I doing this all wrong now? Yes, I am. Okay. Southeast. This is the direction we came from, wasn't it? Oh, it was not. Interesting portal. Someone having a housewarming party or getting married, maybe? So where did I go? Yes, I went this direction, that's right. Okay, so let's try another tack. So we know that the city is over there. And, but we got this stuff over here. Maybe, just maybe has a name. Zimska Baza. JKP Belgrade Put. Okay. Zimska Baza. That would be a base for. Where is things? Grajanje Vodovod. Okay. Oops, what was that? Železnik. Now I finally got a name somewhere. Okay, so. Železnik. And this road is going southwest. Here is Železnik. Okay, and we're entering Železnik. We got the Vodovod and stuff here. Doesn't seem like we're on the Avalska though. No, we must be on the Vodvodska. Okay, that would make sense. So, we haven't crossed. We haven't crossed the railroad yet, I think. Vodovodska. Argradnia. Was it the Gradnia? No, this is a Grajanje. Okay. Angelo. That might be the where we. Let's see now. That's where I put the checkpoint, I think. Okay. So, At least I think so. Yeah, it should be. That should be where I put down the thingamajiggy. But then we need to figure out where we are now. Look at the Valdom. Interkafferankom. Lole. Ljubise. And then we got the bend. That might well be this one. So let's see. Where could the railroad cross underneath? Well, that should be well ahead of where we are. But let's have a look at this intersection here. That's this one. So I think we started about there. Let's see now. So we are in an intersection. Yes. Buildings don't match. Roads don't match. Let's see. There's a road southeast. There's a road to the north. There's not a road to the northwest, but there's a building missing here, and the footage is from 2021. And then the road over like Soberden. Let's just check here. So we go down this way. Oh, wait. Yes. And we don't cross any roads. So, what does that mean? Well, it doesn't mean that we have a vast amount of layer misalignment, but it could be. I mean, the rest of the stuff makes sense, doesn't it? Just checking that there aren't any crossroads like down any other crossroads like that. But there shouldn't be. Nah, I think we're good. I think we're good. Let's just have one little check here. So I'm missing something here. Well, we've got 2 houses here. Before we get... So, there are... Well, I'm going to say that's where we are. Good. Oof. Oh no. Well, it's pinnable-ish. North should be a good direction, but yeah, so Belgrade itself is a rather hilly city. What's that? Jakova Galuba. That is actually the name of the street. So Jakova Galuba. Let's write that down, because it can take a long while before I find any other information there. Okay, so that's where the tower is. Or possibly there. So if we were 5 kilometers away from that, we don't have that many roads to pick from. So the tower is in this area. We crossed a main road that wasn't the A1. Except that it was. Here's the Jakova Galusa. Well. So that's where it hits the main road. We were down on Drenovska somewhere. Let's see. How far down the Drenovska were we? So let's see. This has to be this intersection. See, we're turning that way. We got another little road into the side. I'm gonna have a road crossing. Should be this one. Tiny road into the side. Which would they be? That one. Around this little bend. Got that road coming in. Yeah, so we're down on this one. Eminently missable, but we have a building to the west. That should put us there. Well, that took a long while, and we're back in Belgrade again. Oh my goodness me. Oh. Well, it's November 29th. So, 29 November. Is that what this is? November. Number 5. Okay, so we got a street name. Oh, this is old footage, 2016. I think most of the footage out of Belgrade, at least, is pretty old. Northeast, yeah, that could be a decent direction to go. Oh, here we got 2024 all of a sudden. Downhill. I think we like downhill in Belgrade. Yeah, we got a road. Which probably has a name, but we'll just have to make do with the 29th of November. For now. Let's see, eyes open. Eyes open. Let's see if we can figure the name of this street. Yeah, I spent way too long on that previous round. Knjigovodstvo. Something. We're going eastwards again. My internal compass is balked because it feels like we're going westwards, but we're not. We're going eastwards, and that means we're going out of town. On what street? This is a steep one. Come on, give me the name of the street. Give me the name of the street. Some commercial somewhere, just give it to me. Oh, even better. A sign. Well, this is a different street. This is the Makedonska. Okay, so we'll just write it down. Makedonska. So the Macedonian. 2014. 2019. Okay, so it's a fairly diverse collection of shots. This is 2024 again. What's this? Tiny hospital? That kind of looks like it. Let's see. Please, please, please. No. Open all days or something, I guess. Yeah, this is promising to be much the same as the previous round. Just need to... Miroslava. Miroslava. Not even sure it says Miroslava. But that is the name of the street. And of course, when we find it, it's not legible. But we'll keep looking. Because we know the street will lead right onto the street we came from. Kralia Petra, but I think that's the road that goes in here. So we could write it up. Kralia Petra. Just use your eyes very good now. The Mihaila Petrovitsa. But I'm not sure this is where we are. It also says Mihaila Petrovitsa there. Petrovitsa. Let's just write that down. Mihaila Petrovitsa. But I'm fairly sure that was not what it said. What is this? Yeah, that is the... There it says Kralia Petra, 26. So is this the Kralia Petra? Here we also got the Kralia Petra. And the Kralia Petra. Kaloderitsa. That's down here. Now there are several. Here we got the Kralia Petra, but that is not the Ulitsa. That's the Kralia Petra Pervog. So... And now we're in an intersection where the Kralia Petra ends. It goes southwest. That can't be... Well, actually... So... Auto service Boban. Yep, here we are. Okay, then we follow this street until we get to... Let's see. Here it changes into the 29th of November. Dvadezetdevetog. And then we got the 20th of October. So, gonna put it there for now. Let's see, how many blocks did we go down? Well, that wasn't a few. Maybe we should check how many blocks we go up. This is the last block, and here we come onto the 22nd of December. So we're here in the intersection with the 20th of October. Let's see, so that's southwest. That one continues to the southeast, to the northeast, and that little snippet over there. So we should be, let's get this right, we're looking southwest here. So we should be about here. Cool. Round 4. Okay. We're on the ulica Gicheva. Let's see. Gicheva. Yeah, well, I think I'll just stop embarrassing myself there. This must be fairly far downtown, given that we have the street signs. And we have even got this one. We are cello. Let's see, this must be the cello pechka. Cello or something. Okay, well, this is going northwest. That's a direction I like. In here. Oh boy. And this is definitely Main Street we're coming up on. And let's see, is it possible now for me to cross the street? It's not, and I want to see what it's named. Ay. Tramway. Southwest. Northeast. Okay, eyes open. Eyes wide open for street signs. And preferably on this side of the street. Got to be pretty close to downtown Belgrade. I still cannot catch. Seems like all the street signs are on the same side of the street, which is the one I cannot read. Because there's one over there. Starts with R, U, Ru, something. Well, that might be identifiable. So, northeast through something that looks like being close to downtown. So maybe down here. This looks like downtown. I don't have any row that I can see. We have Korsulina though. But that is definitely an R and a U. And we also got the Panchevo and Zrenjanin. But let's see, Panchevo. Yeah, that's over there. Zrenjanin is probably even further away. Yeah, that's up there. Not very helpful, but at least that suggests something. Oh, here, okay, so so it's Roosevelt Street. Here's the Gicheva. We are on the Chelopechka. There we go. Let's see. So the Chelopechka runs in there to the southwest. We are here. Ooh, shall we go with the building? We shall go with the building. We shall go with the road. Okay. Final round. I wish this was downtown, but seems to be close enough. 8A. And let's see if we go down the hill. Which numbers do we get? If any. Number 10. Okay, that seems like the end of the road. So we want to go north again. Because that's the direction of the city. Or the river, rather. Okay, so that didn't seem like it was a very fruitful attempt. Okay, so that's a major crossroads, actually. Just want to see if there's any sign of road signs. No, not a one. But here we have... Okay, so we came from the west. We got east into this intersection here, which is pretty busy, but a bit hard to read, actually. And I would have loved for that bus to have had a destination painted on it. Well, not painted, but listed on it. So this is eastwards, and I don't know if I want to go eastwards. So let's follow that bus to the northwest. Spawn it, okay. Right, so the city is down there to the north. We are pretty far up in the hills. So could we be up here like in Miljakovac? Hang on, I have to go back a little bit. I need to imprint this intersection on my mind. So, okay, so it's a four-way splayed out like a hand. Right, and it does have a kiosk. Intersection splayed out like a hand. And we are up in the hills above the city, but no conclusive evidence about the whereabouts yet. And here is another road. But this one remains incognito for now. That's very unfortunate. Doesn't say there either, so we just have to rely on the impressions. And here we're getting a very straight street going north-northwest. Very handy. Very handy indeed. Voivodestepe. North-northwest. Come on, this should be possible to find. Voivodestepe, here we go. Well, this one shows us a dual carriageway, though. It's a long one. Now, where is the molecular genetics engineering? Yes, here we go. So right now we have passed this intersection. I think we might have been on the Gunyak. Yes, because here's our four-way intersection. Okay, so how did we get there? We came from somewhere over here. No street numbers, unfortunately. But okay, let's go back to where we were. So we went westwards and directly into this intersection. Okay. So we're one block going south, suggesting that we are here. Is there a post office here? Huh. Okay, so there's one block going that way, and then there's a block going the other way. And then we have this splayed out thingy here, so we should be there. Now let's just get it right. And don't you dare mess this up. Nice. Very, very nice. That was, well, the first two rounds were worst. And then it sort of progressively went better and then clocked in under an hour. I'm actually quite pleased with that. So yeah, that one was just a sheer bit of horror trying to figure out. And yeah, what threw me was that this road was actually a lot more loopy than I thought it was. So that just shows how little attention I actually paid to it. So yeah, but we got a good sampling of the outlying suburbs as well as downtown Belgrade and 25k. Well happy with that. So that means we won't be seeing Belgrade again in this series. And I'm happy that you're still with me here on A Tiny Dot in Space, and I hope you'll join me for the next episode when it's up. Until then, bye-bye.